Greeting everyone. Welcome to the Malaysia's Employment Act series. Throughout this series, we will introduce and explain the employment terms, conditions, and procedures in accordance with the Malaysia Employment Act of 1955. It's important for all employees to carefully observe the information presented in these videos to maintain a harmonious work environment. In this video, we will introduce the terms and conditions that will be discussed throughout the series. Additionally, we will delve into our first topic, which is the Code of Conduct.
A code of conduct is a set of values, rules, standards, and principles outlining the employer's expectations from staff within an organization. Many companies have a code of conduct outlining expectations for employee interactions and behavior while at work. By setting rules and expectations, employees will know how to act at work and can be more successful in their roles. Normally, we can find the code of conduct for an organization in its employee handbook. Human Resources Department may also provide new employees with training materials to assist them in learning the code. Next, we will learn all the terms and conditions in the Code of Conduct. In order to ensure the company's compliance with Malaysian laws and regulations, all employees are required to diligently follow both the company's policies and the nation's legal framework. Furthermore, employees are held to a high standard of ethics and responsibility while fulfilling their roles. Employees are expected to respect their colleagues and maintain professionalism in their everyday interactions, whether within the workplace or in external contexts. Discriminatory behavior, harassment, or victimization is strictly prohibited by the company. Employees are required to adhere to the company's equal opportunity policy across all facets of their work, including recruitment, performance evaluations, and interpersonal relationships. Employees are expected to maintain the utmost standard of professional conduct, always upholding integrity and decorum. They must refrain from any actions or omissions that could potentially harm the company, including its property, reputation, or overall interests. The company has a strict policy against any behavior that disrupts an employee's ability to fulfill their duties effectively. For instance, the use or influence of alcohol or illegal substances and drugs is not permissible within the company. Employees are allowed to participate in the political process, ensuring that such involvement does not interfere with their job responsibilities and position within the organization. Employees are expected to handle all of the company's assets, whether tangible or intangible, including its intellectual property, with the utmost respect and care. It is imperative for employees to maintain strict confidentiality regarding proprietary information such as product data sheets, pricing, financial data, customer details, or any non-public information concerning other companies, whether they are current or potential suppliers and vendors. Employees should refrain from misusing the company's equipment or using it frivolously, and they must take measures to prevent any damage or vandalism. It is the responsibility of employees to safeguard the company's intellectual properties and materials, preventing any abuse or unauthorized use. All employees are expected to maintain cleanliness and proper grooming standards. Grooming styles influenced by religion and ethnicity are permitted as long as they are appropriate and considerate of others. Additionally, employees must wear work-appropriate attire that projects professionalism, avoiding clothing that is excessively revealing or inappropriate. All clothing should be clean, well-maintained, and employees must uphold adequate personal hygiene. Furthermore, employees are discouraged from wearing clothing with offensive or inappropriate prints or symbols that indicate or endorse any political affiliation. The prohibited behaviors include making derogatory or objectifying comments about someone's appearance, sexual orientation, or gender, suggesting or demanding sexual favors, engaging in sexual assault, sharing sexually offensive materials at the workplace, inappropriate flirting, which can harm a person's professional reputation, persistent pursuit against someone's will, using offensive comments, gestures, pranks, or jokes, sending or displaying sexually explicit content, invading personal space through inappropriate touching, and using threats, coercion, stalking, or intimidation to pressure someone into sexual acts. Employees are strictly prohibited from using their position within the company for personal gain, participating in activities that benefit competitors either directly or indirectly, owning shares in non-listed competitors, conducting undisclosed sideline activities or jobs during work hours, utilizing connections acquired through their company role for personal purposes, and engaging in any actions that are contrary to the fundamental interests of the company, whether directly or indirectly. Employees are strictly prohibited from accepting gifts or favors of any kind from business partners, contractors, suppliers, clients, customers, or any other parties engaged in business with the company, including gifts to family members. Furthermore, employees must not accept gratuitous entertainment from the company's clients, customers, suppliers, contractors, or any other business-related parties. Gifts, entertainment, or business courtesies should not be offered to or accepted from government or political officials. Lastly, employees are prohibited from offering or receiving graft or bribes on behalf of the company or for their own benefit, or the benefit of their relatives or spouse in any manner or form. The company actively promotes a culture of transparency and accountability, urging employees to promptly report or disclose any instances of improper conduct by fellow employees, suppliers, business partners, clients, or any other parties within their knowledge. This includes, but is not limited to, cases involving fraud, bribery, abuse of power, conflicts of interest, theft or embezzlement, misuse of company property, and non-compliance with established procedures. Reports must be submitted in written form to the managing director, who holds the primary responsibility for overseeing this procedure, and verbal reports will not be considered. A whistleblower will receive confidentiality protection for their identity to the extent reasonably possible. Additionally, an employee who internally reports improper conduct will be safeguarded against adverse and detrimental actions to the extent reasonably feasible, even if subsequent investigation reveals any mistaken facts or rules involved. However, anonymous disclosures will not be considered valid. To report improper conduct, employees or members of the public must disclose their identity to the company, ensuring the necessary protection. The company reserves the right to investigate any anonymous disclosures. Employees are required to adhere to their assigned or scheduled work hours and promptly notify their immediate superior if they are running late. Employees are expected to strictly adhere to meal and break periods. Leaving work before the scheduled end of the workday is not permitted without prior approval from the immediate superior. If an employee is continuously absent from work for more than 2 consecutive working days without prior notification, it will be considered a breach of their contract, unless a reasonable excuse for such absence has been provided and communicated to the employer before or as soon as possible during the absence. Employees are strongly encouraged to strictly adhere to the company's policies and the code of conduct. Non-compliance with these regulations may lead to disciplinary actions, including potential dismissal if found guilty. In certain instances, sanctions such as suspension or demotion may be imposed. For cases involving corruption, theft, embezzlement, or other unlawful behavior, legal action may be pursued.
Now that you know, Code of Conduct represents the compass that guides employees towards a workplace built on trust, integrity, and respect. It's not just a set of rules, it's a commitment to ourselves, our colleagues, and our organization. Let's remember that Code of Conduct is not just a document, it's a reflection of who we are and what we stand for as a community. We trust that this video has effectively conveyed and enhanced your comprehension of the Code of Conduct. If you have any inquiries or require further clarification, please don't hesitate to contact the appropriate departments, parties, or authorities for assistance. Your understanding and commitment to the Code of Conduct are essential to maintain a respectful and ethical workplace. Thank you for watching.